worst NES games growing up, according to me. A few come to mind when I think of the worst games put out by the original Nintendo, but I'll just start off with Top Gun. If anyone from the 80s said they got past the land the plane part on the aircraft carrier, I call you liar. I hated that game so much because no matter how many times I tried to land on that aircraft carrier, I crashed. Every time. Not sometimes, not once in a while, every time. This game sucked because of that. I never got past that part. I would always get upset. I just turned it off. I never finished that game. I never got past that part. Ever. Then we got Goonies 2. I mean, I never even seen a Goonies 1 before I saw the Goonies 2. So I thought it was one of my favorite movies. Pop that sucker in. Oh, I couldn't have been more wrong. This game, it you had a yo-yo. A yo-yo was your weapon of choice. Uh, and don't get me started on the doors. Where were you going? I got lost within like 3 minutes. 3 minutes, I was lost. Going through the doors, no clue where I was going. The map, it frustrated me to no end. The doors would give you a constant state of PTSD. It almost ruined the movie because of I think of this game when I think of the Goonies, and I love the Goonies. I've been to that house many times. The Goonies 2, straight trash. Then we got Dick Tracy. Now, Dick Tracy really is a game I didn't have much expectations of. Uh, Coming off the movie when it came out, so I was familiar with like what the story I guess was. He was the detective. So get the game, and this had to have been the worst driving game to ever exist. The guys on the roof would always shoot me. I couldn't drive the car no matter the steering was atrocious. It was the whole game was a mess, but I can't stress to you how bad the driving was. You would take damage and the guys on the roof would shoot you. It I just all around straight trash game, and don't get me started on it was all because of a fake $20 bill. I guess back in like whatever time the Dick Tracy thing was going out, $20 was a lot of money, but I never got past the driving part. I never there was no map. I could never find where I had to go. It, Horrible game, horrible game. And then Uncanny X-Men. Uncanny X-Men is next. And I wasn't the biggest comic book fan, so I didn't it didn't disappoint me from a character standpoint, but the game was just trash. It was so hyped up, and so I went I rented it. And was I wrong? Oh man! And you start out, you can pick a few of the characters. I always picked Wolverine because it was really the only character I knew, and I thought he was badass. He punched, and boy, did he not punch well. He got beat up within like 5 minutes. You dead, and don't get me started on the walking in the walls while you playing. Like, man, if I didn't like comic books growing up, then this game really didn't help. Like, straight trash. And then I'll end it with one of the worst games I personally believe is Rambo. I mean, I love Stallone movies as a kid and super excited for this game. You start off your mission, you drop in, and you get to killing snakes and bees. Snakes and bees. And what do you kill them with? That machine gun you got on the cover that you see? Nope. You got a knife. And the knife don't even look cool. I and the you progress, you walk around, you get lost because well, when you walk to the right, you think that's the way you go on a side-scrolling game, but no, no one tells you to advance. You got to go backwards and go to the start and move into the screen off to the left. I never got it. They tried to follow the movie, and it was just atrocious. The gameplay, like, and then as bad as the gameplay was, you would think you could move through it a little bit here and there. When you would get upset at the game, you could come back to it later. And then because they had a password, like, yes, except the password was like a million characters long, upper lowercase digits. It took twice as long to put in a password as it did to get you to the point where you're starting off for the password. The game was trash. And I have to just tell you, I never passed any of these games that are on this list because I just couldn't get through the horrible, horrible gameplay of all these. If any of these games are on your list, let me know. If I missed one that you think is worse, let me know. But these are mine from a kid born in 1980. Nintendo I played that thing forever, but man, trash games. Tell me what you think.